Well, as the beast system is being constructed all around us, and they've been doing it for years, they just haven't told anyone until recently. Well, people are getting upset by it. People are starting to protest about it. They don't want it in their communities. And they go to the city council meetings and the county meetings and they say, no, we don't want it here. And in some of the cases, they have successfully prevented data centers from going up in their communities. And thank goodness. That's what we're supposed to do when we have what is supposed to be a representative government. We vote for people that are supposed to represent us when they make policies. But of course, they don't really listen anymore, do they? They never really have. But anyway, now U.S. law enforcement is warning of anti-tech extremism as this AI hatred is growing all across America. As well it should be. It's destroying people's lives left and right. Not only, destroying their jobs, but destroying the areas where they live. If they live next to one of these data centers, they either don't have water, don't have sufficient water pressure, or the water is contaminated and completely dirty and not drinkable. They have to boil it first. And a lady actually went to jail for reporting that on Facebook. I mean, that's how ridiculous this country has become. Freedom of speech doesn't exist anymore. The Constitution doesn't exist anymore. The protections in it don't. That much is certain. It only exists when they want it to, when it serves their purposes, the powers that be. But Americans are stewing over the looming risk of job stealing AI and data centers in their backyards. And the feds, in the meantime, are raising the alarm about a new category of threat or terrorist, as documents obtained by the Wired show. So let's get into it like we always do. I'm going to go over here where it's been summarized into some bullet points by Geopolitics Prime versus reading the whole article to you. So Trump's AI drive triggers FBI and DHS crackdown on U.S. civilian dissent. U.S. intelligence agencies have introduced a new anti-tech violent extremism category. Yeah, if you're against AI, that's the new category they're going to put you in. Of course, I'm probably there, and God only knows how many other categories, right? But they're going to target activists who oppose AI development and data center construction. So even if you go to the city council meeting, they're still going to put you on a list, even though that's a completely legal and lawful activity. It's just so flippant ridiculous. So the AI data center boom has sparked growing public concern across the U.S., from fears of job losses to rising cases of water pollution and energy strain near major sites. Yeah, and power bills going through the roof. Let's not forget that. In quarter two of 2025 alone, 20 data center projects were blocked or delayed due to local opposition, affecting an estimated $98 billion in investment, according to Data Center Watch. While experts say these protests are legitimate, the U.S. intelligence labels local opposition regarding environmental and economic concerns as a threat. So if you're concerned about your life or your family's lives and your well-being, then you're a threat. What pieces of absolute feces they are. More than 1,000 pages of unpublished DHS and FBI reports obtained by Wired point to a broader shift toward treating this emerging category of activism as a security threat. One report claims that chaotic conditions from rapid AI deployment over the next 5 years could fuel large-scale protests that escalate into civil unrest and anti-tech violent extremist activity. Yeah, when you're taking away all the clean drinking water from people and they have to drink poison, they're probably going to get violent. They're probably going to try and defend themselves as you're trying to kill them. Maybe, maybe not. Americans are pretty passive these days. At the end of the day, Trump is taking a page from Joe Biden's playbook, labeling critics of White House policies as domestic terrorists and extremists. Unreal. But it's okay, the Trump supporters say, because our guy's doing it. So it's all fine. It's all good. Unreal. Well, I guess I'm definitely going to be on this list, as I am opposed to AI as anybody can get. But then again, I'm probably on every single list they've got. God only knows how many they, have me on at this point. But anyway, moving on now, staying in the technology realm though, this time with Palantir and Social Security. They're building a digital conveyor for our U.S. social credit score. This is under the guise of optimization, of course. Palantir has deployed Gotham, military intelligence, and Foundry, which is a civilian database fusion platform, along with the Elite app for building deportation dossiers, An infrastructure is being created that turns social assistance into a tool of punishment. So the secret contract. U.S. administration awarded Palantir a no-bid grant of $13.3 million to surveil employees at the Social Security Administration, the USDA, and Veterans Affairs. The contract launched on May 1st of this year, eliminating competition and public oversight. Isn't that nice? VA ordered passive data collection on occupancy rates across 311 administrative buildings throughout the U.S. Unions confirmed an identical program is being prepared at SSA, turning the return to office into a digital concentration camp. Set up for mass layoffs, they're saying, as the unions are warning that occupancy software is a prelude to mass office closures under the pretext of underutilization. SSA's workforce has already been slashed to a 59-year low following the firing of 7,000 employees because they don't want you to have it. They've already spent it all. The monster's financial appetite. This surveillance buildup is proving immensely profitable. Palantir's revenue skyrocketed 85% to $687 million coming from the federal budget. All from you and I, folks. That's who's paying for this. CEO Alex Karp's compensation package hit $4.3 billion from the previous year. Isn't that something too? Legal front of resistance. American Oversight sued SSA, IRS, DHS, ICE, and CDC for refusing to disclose records on their use of Palantir systems. Executive Director Chioma Chukwu stated that when the government builds these vast systems in secret, the public has no way of knowing how this power is being used and against whom. No, we don't. We have no idea. Senator Ron Wyden and 30 members of Congress demanded DHS and ICE explain their use of Palantir for mass surveillance. They specifically highlighted the Elite app described as Google Maps for finding immigrants. Then there's the total integration order. Trump's March 2025 executive order mandated eliminating all barriers to interagency exchange of unclassified information. That sanctioned the fusion of tax, medical, and social databases into a single repressive instrument. Yep, everything will be hooked up into the cloud. Everything. Foundry, the connecting link. So the key fusion tool is the Palantir Foundry platform being deployed across the SSA, IRS, DHS, and HHS, basically all the alphabet agencies. It merges disparate data into a unified environment to search for patterns, linking tax, social, and immigration information. Medical databases as a hunting tool. Palantir's Elite app harvests Medicaid data to build dossiers on potential deportees. Officials are discussing merging Social Security records with immigration case files, turning medical histories into bait for raids. Unreal. So if you go to get medical help, DHS is probably going to be there waiting for you. Instrument of political revenge. Data submitted for tax payments or health care is being centralized to support immigration raids. Palantir, funded by Trump associate Peter Thiel, has raked in hundreds of millions precisely under this administration. And there you go. They want you controlled from the beginning of your life to the end of your life. Look at what China's doing with their social credit system and just transfer that over to here, because that's what they're doing here now as Trump has come back into office and he's given them access to everything. Every piece of information across the board about you that they've given to Palantir and they put it into their database. Wow. Unreal. But they'll never really probably get to see this system come to full fruition because Jesus Christ is returning soon. He's the way, the truth, and the life, and no one gets to the Father but through him. Seek him now while there's still time, guys. While there's still time, because the door to the ark is closing soon. Very soon. And then it'll be too late. So seek Jesus Christ now as your Lord and Savior while there's still time. I can't emphasize it enough. It's the greatest preparation you could ever make, because we're not guaranteed one day of life here in this life. It could all end right now. It could all end tomorrow. We don't know when our time is up. But when it is, we're going to eternity somewhere. Make sure it's in the right place. Seek Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior today. And that'll be it for now. Don't forget, don'tspeaknews.com is home base for all that we do. Over 3,000 stories here now, videos and everything else. Been here since 2019, 7 years now. So if you'd like to subscribe, there's a box to do so at the bottom of every article. or you can click on the subscribe tab here, type in your email, hit subscribe, and you'll be notified every time there's a new posting. Don't Speak News at Proton Mail is how you get in touch with me. And we are listener supported only, so if you'd like to support us, there are links at the bottom of every article, or you can click on this channel support tab, and all the links to support us are right here as well. And we thank you very much for that. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. Rumble, BitChute, Telegram, all the places to find us around the interwebs are right here. And that's it. We've been kicked off everywhere else, including Patreon. So those are the places you can find us, and that will be it for now. God bless, take care. Johnny Storm, Don't Speak News.